Welcome back to the Frontline YouTube channel. You join me here today in our main workshop where behind me I have not one, but two white V8 BGTs. The one we're talking about in this video though is the one directly behind me here, which is booked in with us for a Mazda 5-speed gearbox conversion. While it's with us, the owner's also asked if we would look at the front suspension. He has no confidence in the front suspension. He said it's all been upgraded, it should be amazing, but it's just not. When the car was dropped off, we hopped straight in, went for a drive, and we actually cut that drive short because we were so concerned about how the front end felt. We got it up on the ramp, and this is what we found. Overall, the car is an old English white rubber bumper BGT. It's had the chrome bumper conversion, and it's also got a Frontline anti-lift front balance that gives it this chin spoiler and the brake cooling ducts and oil cooling holes. It's a really solid car, really nice condition, and the perfect basis for fitting a 5-speed gearbox to. We've been working on the car since this morning, and so far we've got the engine and gearbox out. This is the culprit. This is the LT77 gearbox, which has been doing an absolutely amazing job at lubricating the underside of the car. It leaks like a sieve, and it's horrible to shift with, and in desperate need of a rebuild, which begs the decision, do you rebuild it or do you replace it with something more modern? You can rebuild these, you can put new clutches in them, but ultimately the labour to remove the engine and transmission remains the same, and the fit and forget solution is a Mazda kit, which sits behind it here. This is a Mazda brand new transmission with a bell housing that's been customised and manufactured in the UK to fit directly onto the back of the V8 engine. It runs a billet alloy concentric slave cylinder, and the bleed lines for that get routed to the highest point of the bulkhead, so it's nice and easy to bleed the system. The V8 kit comes with a new clutch cover, a new clutch plate, and these are all the ancillary items, brackets and cables and what have you. This transmission weighs around 15 kilos less than the LT77 box. I'm not saying that an owner is going to feel 15 kilos relief straight away, but any weight saving is a good one, especially in such a lightweight car. Thankfully, the engine puts out around 300 horsepower, which that gearbox is going to have no problems at all dealing with, but it's a little bit too much for the LT77 when you're trying to shift quickly. The LT can take an awful lot of torque, but it's that spirited driving, fast shifts that overwhelm it. So that's going to get paired. It will go back in, but before it goes back in, we have to clean, degrease, and apply heat insulation to the transmission tunnel. And before we can do that, we'll have to find out how many of these self-tapping screws are sticking out close to fuel and brake lines or through the underpinnings of the car, because someone's obviously got a bit happy with wood screws there all the way through it. So we'll get that sorted, and the inside of the car will then be nice and cool. Even in standstill traffic on a hot day, no one's going to be getting hot in there. Now, front suspension. We were expecting to see an upgraded suspension kit, but we weren't expecting to see this. This isn't a kit we've seen before, and it basically uses a ball joint setup on the bottom and on the top, which is pretty sophisticated. It runs a tube shock, which is more sophisticated than a lever arm damper, but to drive, this is absolutely horrible. I thought that the crossmember was falling out. I thought it was falling out because these bolts weren't tight. There are 4 bolts that hold it to the chassis leg there and there, and I genuinely thought that the whole lot was loose. These ball joints may just be worn. They might need replacing, but looking at the finish and the machining work, or lack of, doesn't give me confidence in this assembly. So what we're doing is, because I'll show you on this side, because the cross member has actually been hacked away at where my finger is there, that's meant to wrap around, we shouldn't be able to see any spring there. That's been hacked away where the original bump stop would have been. We're going to remake the entire cross member. We don't have confidence that this cross member is structurally sound anymore, so we're going to remake it. We're going to put standard lower arms and spring pads on, because these ones have been welded up and have different bracketry fitted here to accommodate that lower ball joint, and everything will be powder coated, everything will be durable, it will last, it will be as it should be, with polyurethane bushes on the wishbones and the trunnion, and then it'll have our Nitron fully adjustable damper with our beautiful top arm setup so that it lasts and it's durable. The owner will then have confidence in the car, and we can send him on his way with his lovely new gearbox and a car that handles. That's pretty much it. Drop us a note in the comments if you want to see anything else on the car. Please like the video, subscribe. Every view means the world to us, and if we keep getting positive responses, we'll keep showing you what we're up to. This is just a snippet. There are full factory editions, which I feel these videos don't necessarily do justice to, these one-take walk-arounds, but if people want to see the full factory editions with us, and I'd be happy to show some of the details with those as well. There's always something exciting going on here, and if there is a demand for it, we will share it. Thanks so much.